Good afternoon. So I'm here with Jose Martinez, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So tell us a little bit about, you're in this election cycle. What are you running for? Talk to us.
So first of all, thank you for the time to be able to speak to the audience, right? I love the audience, a vast majority, right, and definitely pluralistic. My name is Jose
Mhm.
Martinez. I'm running for State Senate District 25, which simply put is all of Osceola County, which most of the people live, and south of Orange, I think Sun Lake and International Drive. But all of Osceola for sure, where there's a vast majority of our constituent, and of course, South Orlando, which is the South Orange aspect of it. So it's a weird map, but it covers a vast majority of the population, in particular a lot of bilinguals, right? Latinos, Asians, the islands. So a lot of the population.
Huge.
Yes.
That's one of our largest demographics of our readerships and our followers, to be honest.
And it's important to understand that aspect because when they did the map, or they call the electoral map or the district map, they kind of concentrated that, right? Like, hey, that's more of a bilingual populations. So we make sure we also get a representation that also speak to the language, speak to the people, and come from the same cultural background, which I think is
That's
a good thing.
that's very, very true. Yes, because it doesn't matter what language we speak. To be honest, right? That especially that Caribbean culture. I know it
The
is
Caribbean
something
culture is one. I don't know if you've been
yeah,
to Puerto Rico. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to Cuba. I've been to Jamaica. I'm gonna go to St. Thomas next week. So
nice.
yes,
Okay,
I was born in the Dominican Republic, but I belong to. I say the Caribbean blood is in me. I love
yeah.
every place you go. It's almost so identical
It
that
really is. It's crazy. It's only when you come here or you're outside of your island or your home base that you really realize how similar we are.
yeah. And guess what? When you go outside the continental U.S. or South America, you go to Europe or Asia, where I've been several times, and they say, "Hey, where are you descended? I know you live in U.S. and I'm American by heart because we
Mhm.
gotta bless this nation. This nation opened their arms to us." But they say I'm Caribbean. They're like, "Wow!" It's like that's extra level of flavor that only also that was born there or go there understand that concept of it.
Yes,
I
yes,
also
yes.
have a little fight, an argument with my Colombians and Venezuelan friends. And let me tell you why
Mhm.
real quick, and then we can pass by. Because they say, well, we also Caribbean because
Listen,
we,
listen. I'm Guyanese, so
oh,
I'm
no,
right there next to Venezuela. Let me hear what this fight. Let me hear, sir, what this fight is, because you can't tell me I'm not Caribbean.
that's what I'm trying to say to them. I say, hey, you might use that for commercial purpose, but Caribbean is not just geographic; it is a culture behind it.
It's-
So you can be as close, but no, Caribbean is those beautiful islands all across Guyana's aspect of it, and that is just that's a unique culture. I would say that much.
it
So
is.
they
It
fight
is.
with me, they laugh because you can call yourself such, but it's not. You got to be from those particular places, right? The Antilles, they call it the
Oh
Antilles.
my gosh. Listen, be very careful. Just a tip. There's a whole bunch of Guyanese down there who that could cost you votes.
I know, but it's like I tell them. But here we are. But the funny thing is the Guyana, which I being I love them, this kind of like us. If you put on this not on that side, it is crazy. Okay, what I try to say to them, it's not necessarily a geographic, it's a cultural thing behind it.
It is.
That's what I've been
That's
telling
true.
people.
So that's
Some
where
Colombian
Canada's,
and
yeah.
Venezuelan, even Acapulco, Mexico, they call the Southern Caribbean. Like I tell them, it's not a
Mhm.
geographic thing. It's a cultural thing.
It is
And
cultural thing. So
it's
you're
hard
right.
to understand, but the Guyanese, they part of it because they
Yes,
got
you're right. You're right. All right. Good. Check mark. All right. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
it's a
Now,
just thing.
now that you're gone with us in that regard, you got us in that regard. Tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about why you're running in that district for senate. What do
So
you
I
what is it?
came here when I was 10 years old. I went to school. I went to Osceola High School here in Central Florida. I also went to UCF. Was able
Okay.
to marry my wife. Got three beautiful kids. I even opened my own business along with my brother, which we were able to grow at a national level. So we've been
Okay.
blessed. So I'm not a politician, but I think it's time to give back. I mean, you can only do so much to yourself. Where you say, hey, okay, what am I going to do next? Right? So at that point, I said, you know what? I think I want to run for office for many reasons. Number one, I think we are a nice conservative state, right? Where we want to keep family together. We don't want no craziness going on here. But two, you look at who's running and what they're running for. And when you see that none of the party at that one point is running for the right reason, I say, no, maybe I have to step in and put my hat in the ring because why? I believe in a small business. I definitely believe in school choice, of course, but understanding that family is number one. And in
Mhm,
Central Florida, we want to make sure that mom and dad that work very hard for their money
mhm.
have a good quality of life. But then as a business owner, I saw myself paying 3 and 4 times more for insurance than what I used to pay.
Okay, yeah.
And guess what happened? You got to pass that cost to the consumer. And I asked, what are you doing over there in Tallahassee? Nothing. They try to do one little things here, one little thing there, but nothing in general. So what I want to go there, say, with my business mind mentality, why we don't open this up? Let's bring more company from whoever they want to come and compete more to drop down the insurance prices that you pay, I pay, and
Mhm.
everybody else is paying. But then the second reason, I promise I'm not going to keep it too long.
Oh,
I don't,
this is your time. This is your time
I
to.
don't know
I'm
if
not
you
gonna cut you off.
I don't know if you live in a community where it's gated or open, where the HOAs, the homeowner association, are killing. They're
I
taking
moved.
control.
I moved out of East Orlando, Waterford area because
Yeah.
it was too much. I couldn't stand that.
Correct.
That's
So,
very real
so
concern.
something that moved me so bad was I saw these channel 2 news where this retired army veteran planted a 3 foot long tree, but they wanted it to be 10 foot or 7 foot, and he was being charged $100 per day. It was like
Mhm.
$10,000. He almost lost his house. I might be, exaggerating a little bit, but I think it was between the run of losing it, already lost the house because of it. So I said, like, what the hell's going on? And then here locally, I met down with the city mayor of Kissimmee, and she's having this much fight going on with her own HOAs when she's being sued. I mean, her and many other people in that vicinity. That you go like, what's going on? So one thing is keeping the quality of the neighborhood, but taking ownership of the neighborhood. I'm really against that. I think we got to
Mhm.
bring back the power to the owners, now the homeowner association. I think those are two key items. And last and not least, and for me is key, is how can we bring better paying job here, right?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Mhm.
Just people from the islands, people from something, they come in, I get it, but can we give them some technical education as well? How can we increase where people get better paying job here, right? Not just service, which are good, but I think we can definitely do that.
Absolutely.
And I think bringing more company, talking to people from business owner to business owners, whether small business or bigger business, I think those big companies, they're tired to talking to politicians that they don't know nothing about business. How can
Mhm.
I bring more company to come in and offer their job here to Central Florida, right? The way they're
Yeah.
going to compete for labors, right? And they will
Mhm.
train people to do that type of job. We need to bring them here. We need to welcome them here. So, I
I agree
mean,
with you. I mean, a lot of us who moved here, and especially once you raise your children here and you want them to come back and live a good quality life, you
yes.
realize we've got to bring in better paying jobs so they can afford it, so they don't have to leave.
Yeah, which is, by the way, exactly why you said it. You don't know how many parents will say, "Hey, my kid, they went to Texas U and they're staying there because the job they get paid by there. They went to Georgia, they're staying to Georgia. So why are we leaving to Central Florida then? Well,
Yes.
they don't pay good enough. And last and not least, that's the same thing applies with the teachers. What are teachers getting paid here?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I went and I get goosebumps because again, it's not politics, it's common sense. So I went to this place in Orange. I think the Orange School Board Association, something within the Orange school industry or school boards, and they're
Mhm.
saying, hey, yeah, we're bringing more teachers at higher paying wages. But what happened with the veterans, with the one there that been 10 years? So
Mhm.
we gotta be able to work together. We
Yes.
increase, right, the pay for the people that been there X amount of years, as long as we attract more teachers. So it's a
Yes.
combination of both. And I think the money is here in Florida, but how to bring that to the right place or the right time is key. And I think honestly, with my business sense, I think I can help out pull those things together, right? So many, there's a lot of needs here. And
Mhm.
I will talk that's the last one, and I'll let you go on.
No, that's okay. Yeah, keep going.
Let's talk about school bus driver. I got a school bus driver working in my company. By the way, in case I didn't introduce myself, now I'm Jose Martinez. I also own Metro by T-Mobile, formerly known as Metro PCS store in Central
Okay.
Florida. Nationwide, we own over 100 plus stores, but here
Mhm.
locally, we over like 30 plus. My brother and I, we fully manage those locations. And if I can tell you how many school bus drivers come to me asking for a job at 12, 13, 14, $15 an hour, just at least part time because they cannot make ends meet. But guess what? Those are the same people that are driving our kids to school.
Yes, yes.
No, how do we want that? So when you bring that up and say, hey, school bus drivers, teachers getting paid really low, but those are the places where our kids spend most of their time. They are the
Hmm.
same parents. What are
Yeah.
we doing with them? And they say, yeah, we can do better. Oh, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, but how? And that's what I want to come in with the know how. Let's sit in
Mhm.
there. Teachers, yes, we get a lot of kids bilingual from the islands, from South America, in particular with Venezuela, as you know, with the crisis going on there.
Mhm.
So I want to incentivize teachers. Hey, what about if you learn this more skill? What about if you learn Spanish as a second language, French,
Mhm.
Creole? Let me incentivize you with more money. Not forcing things, but let's incentivate them. So there's many things, and I think I have the time and the drive to make it happen.
I love that. And I actually really admire all of the first time folks who are getting in because they feel like, listen, we don't like what we've seen, and we know we at least want to try, right? We're taking our passion and our knowledge, and we want to try to make a difference happen.
Correct. And I think it's key, in particular, though, to my disadvantage as a business owner, it takes a lot of resources because instead of me putting more time to my business, again, I work full time. I'm the CEO of the company, so that requires 60 plus hours, and I'm putting a
Mhm.
lot to the side for the best of the community. So I'm trying to go away from a politician per se, where that's all they do for a living. Whether they lose or win or lose, that's what they do. I don't. If I
Yeah.
don't win, I mean, I got a business to keep running. But as
Mhm.
I'm going to win, I'm putting a lot of time and effort and money to make this
Mhm.
happen. For the vast majority of my campaign, I self-funded my campaign for the vast
Okay.
majority, right? So, which not a lot of people can say that are running currently. So that I
Yeah.
speak for now for the encouragement and my commitment to to the people, right? It's putting your money where your mouth is.
I get it. I get it. Now, do when you're in politics, I'll make sure you do this because you've got to use this opportunity now for anyone who has heard you. And this is where we're trying to show our community that these down ballot races matter.
Yes.
And this is really where your community is being shaped more
Yeah.
so than the presidential level, right?
Yes.
So for those who have heard you, it's time to ask them for they've got to support you with money. They've got to support you with time.
Yeah.
This is your time to make that ask.
Appreciate that. And you said something that I want to keep resonating on everybody's ears. This is about community. When people ask me, hey, what party are you? What are your affiliations? I'm Republican because I'm Republican for sure. I believe in conservative values and et cetera, et cetera. But when we come to national politics, that's what Washington is there for. What I'm looking is what the community needs, right? Whether you're Democrat, MPA, Republican, I'm here to listen and react to things that are no party line, right?
Mhm.
Which is high the high cost of living here in Central Florida, whether it's through insurance, whether HOA things that we as you heard, we just spoke about issues, not
Correct.
agenda. No ideology, none of that, which is what I want to focus on. I'm gonna be a senator for the people of District 25, period. And I know what the needs are, that's what I want to focus on. My name is Jose Martinez. You can go to josemartinez.com. You see my whole history there, what I stand for, what I might believe, but more importantly, I'm a community leader. And I want to keep pushing that up. Right now, we are really divided, right? Really divisive speech. A lot of people saying, I'm this, I'm that. I'm a community leader. I want to work for the people, whether you red, white, blue, different colors together. How can I do to support our community? My convictions are my convictions that will never change. But I know the community needs better job, lower cost of living, and I'm the candidate that can fight for it. When you go to josemartinez.com, can you donate $10, $5, $1,000, whatever is in your heart? Please do that, because I want to end it up with what you started saying. This is a community effort. Let's keep talking. Let's stop talking about national politics. Everything is start from a city council to a school board to a state rep to senatorial race. This is local to us. This is home. Let's look at Florida. Let's look at Central Florida as a little globe, right? We need to protect it. And thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to be here. JoseMartinez.com, running for State Senate District 25, all of Osceola. So if you live in Osceola, no matter what party you're from, you can vote for me. We just came out from a primary election, which Republican vote Republican, Democrat vote for Democrat. This is the time where we can all come together, November 5th, and vote Jose Martinez for the State Senate, District 25.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Please follow me on my social media, Facebook. Everything is there. Thank you so much.
And we can find you, Jose Martinez, on Facebook and X, Twitter.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's our pleasure. We will also drop those handles in. This is going to be on YouTube and on our social media pages, so we'll drop those social media handles as well. And again, this is our effort as well, as a bipartisan effort, to tell folks it doesn't matter what's happening nationally. Okay. We're about our community. Plug in and get involved, right? And so thank you for that. You made your pitch. Let the best person win.
Brothers and sisters, right? And Latinos and bilinguals, the whole off. We are one court, right? You're gonna see on my page, we got all of the flags there. We are one community. Let's stick together. Let's stay together. Let us represent each other out here. So thank you again, and God bless.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.